Hello, 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 hello all. My name is Carson, and I'm joined by Luke, Josh, and Pokemon expert Isaac. And today we're going to be going through
What does
the
he get
Game
out of a
Awards.
special intro?
Oh yeah, he's Pokemon expert Isaac.
He's not the expert,
Yeah,
bro. He
you
was
know,
late today. He shouldn't get the better intro. Kick
Yeah.
him out. Kick
That
him out
is
of the
that doesn't
show.
make
true.
me not an
That
expert.
I might have to pull
Uh-huh.
his I might have to pull his rank for today, you know.
Whoa, whoa.
Anyway,
Oh, trying for that title.
anyway, despite the lack of Pokemon categories on this on this Game Awards, we're
Uh-huh.
going to be voting on the Game Awards today. We're gonna go through each category and we're going to one, give our feelings on the nominees, two, predict who's going to win, and then three, give our own personal votes, which I'll be doing live on the set for you today. Um, so we're gonna start with best game direction. We're saving game of the year for last. So best game direction, I honestly still to this day don't fully understand what the difference between game direction and game of the year is, but
Well,
whatever.
that's kind of stupid of you, but
Shut up. So anyway, so for best game direction, so what's it actually say? Awarded for outstanding creative vision innovation. Like, is it not game of the? I feel like game of the year. I feel like it has the same thing, but what do I know? Um, so what
yeah,
do we
you
think about
don't.
these category or of these nominees rather? Do we think these are good? I mean, because generally I feel like the point of this is to what kind of like redefine the industry, so to speak, right? Like games that kind of just like change what we think of in terms of what video games are. So do we think these games fit that? I think some of them do, but all of them, I'm not really sure.
Um,
Uh,
yeah, no, I think most of them fit pretty well. I never played Ghost of Yote, but I
I
heard it was all
disagree.
right.
You disagree? What do you think then?
Is Hades 2 not just the same thing as Hades, which we have already had?
No, it's pretty different actually. I
So
would say
based
Like
Ghost
on,
of
it's the
Yote is
same.
pretty similar.
you think so? Yeah, see, it's
Mm.
interesting because like both these games actually, Yote and Hades 2. From what I've been told, as I've only played one of the two, and I haven't beaten either of them. But from what I understand, both of these games are similar to their predecessor. And I feel like both kind of have some kind of like benefit of the doubt, so to speak, because they are based off of another game that was very distinct and kind of did very interesting and new things. Um, Not to say these games are bad, but it makes you sit here and wonder like how much recognition do these games get on their own? Like if Yote or Hades 2 come out first, would they get the same credit or even
No,
beyond that, it's how much credit do we give these two games for existing when they're so heavily based off the first game, Like that's I think an interesting question. Um
I also have a question. There seems to be
yes.
one game missing here that I think deserves this, that would take this entire category
no,
if it had been
no,
nominated.
no, it wouldn't.
Can I guess what it is?
Yes, you can try.
Is it Dispatch?
It might be. I think Dispatch, if it were nominated, at least in this
Oh,
category,
I
I don't
thought
think
you
it
were gonna
deserves
say
Game of the Year.
Pokemon.
I don't think it, no, 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 no. I don't think it deserves Game of the Year, but definitely I think with like the innovation, it's easily
Yeah, for
it should
sure.
be either a winner in this category or at least a top contender
I agree.
Sure. Yeah,
on this
yeah,
category.
yeah, and that kind of goes back to what I said at the beginning, which is like I question like even if you think these categories are like different, like Game of the Year versus Best Game Direction, I do have to question like the point, like because this category almost feels to me like a category that only exists because like every other award show has like a quote unquote like direction based category, like the Oscars has like movie direction, right? And it's like I don't know. I question how necessary this category is. That's more so the biggest issue with it. Because it's
That's
yeah,
just a
like
you problem.
I disagree with that. But either way,
Okay, so who agrees with it?
exactly, Josh. So
Okay.
anyway, Dispatch is a great game, and yeah, I feel like that game probably should be on here because yeah, it is very unique, and even though it's by no means the first game to have an open, a choices matter kind of experience. It does it in a very different way. And yeah, I mean, especially with how big it's been over the last month or so, you think it would probably have a spot on here, especially over some of these other games that frankly feel like kind of just like, reskinned versions of their predecessor, like Hades 2 or Yote. But, here we are. So I don't know. Well, with that being said, though, my guess in terms of the vote, I would assume Expedition 33 will probably win this one. I just feel like the game is just so beloved by gaming fans all over the
But
place.
did you see the clip of the final boss fight of Death Stranding 2?
I did see that. However, I don't think many people are going to
How
see that
could
and
it beat
go,
that, dude? How could
"Oh
it beat that?
man, yeah, playing guitar in the middle of a boss, bro, I'm
Bro,
sold."
it was so fire. That's some good game direction if you ask me.
I mean, listen, I'm not here to argue if that scene is bad or not, but I am here to tell you I don't think that one scene is going to triumph over the entirety of
There were
Clear
some pretty
Obscure.
crazy scenes in that game, man. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't played it, so I'll take your word for it.
I'll say
But
Clear Obscure though, yeah,
yeah,
probably.
so okay, so like Josh, Isaac, what do y'all have a prediction versus the vote or like what?
I think I predict Clair Obscur too, and I would if I did vote for Clair Obscur.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I mean, yeah, I definitely think Clear Secure just because it has, I would say a lot of creativity put behind the world building, I would say.
hmm yeah,
And I think that's probably the biggest uh thing of what you would say like game direction. The thing like I would say in terms of that, I think Death Stranding 2 would probably be behind that just because of the vision behind the world building and the lore and all that.
yeah.
But I'd say Expedition 33 beats that.
Sure. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Yeah. Because I just, yeah, I mean, this game is, I mean, there is a reason why this game has the most nominations in Game Awards history with 12. Um, I feel like people really just love the unique approach this game took, not only from an RPG perspective, just from a gaming perspective. And I think ultimately we'll get a lot of credit for that. So yeah, I'm going to vote for this game, but definitely think that Death Stranding 2 will be in contention. Now best narrative. So of course we see three of the same games on here. So this is weird because I've only played one of the five of these. So by default, I'm winning Clair Obscur immediately. I know Silent Hill F is very popular. Obviously, Death Stranding 2 is always going to be there with Kojima. Um, and then I know some of you like Kingdom Come Deliverance too, so I'll let y'all speak on that. But for me, I generally to start, I like these nominations. I think these are all good. Um, I do I do have to wonder if Dispatch being so late to the game is the reason why it's not on here because I know that game has a very popular story right now. So I wonder maybe if it come out like a few weeks or a month earlier if it had been on here. But ultimately,
that
I
would
think
have
these
taken
are
this category.
yeah. I think that game definitely is. I don't want to say it's getting punished for being so late in the year, but I think it's just one of those games where not enough people have played it yet, and so it isn't getting the recognition it needs to be on this kind of category. But I'll let y'all go now. What do y'all think of this? Okay. So anyway,
Uh,
Compared to
um,
Ghost of Tsushima,
what,
Ghost of Yote sucks.
what's this
And
really,
Silent
category again?
this is best
what?
narrative.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And Silent Hill F was pretty the story was really weird. It was good at first and then it got really bad. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, the story is really, really, really good, but it's not its main focal point. So I would give this category just to Clear Obscure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like
Yeah.
when a good
Good.
narrative focuses on also a good message. Um, and so the only one I've even played is Clair Obscur, and I feel like I don't know. So these nominations are like not super great for me, but I think I would pick Clair Obscur too, just because it has the best narrative. But even then, it didn't have a super clear message, which was kind of hard for me.
Sure. Yeah, I do have to wonder with this game in particular, Clair Obscur, to get into light spoilers a little bit, there is a split ending in this game. And I do have to wonder if maybe that will make people question it because a lot of people usually, as much as people have mixed feelings on Last of Us 2 and games like that, I think what people usually respect about games like that is that it commits one way or the other. I feel like some people look at Clair Obscur and wonder like, does the game, lose some points for not committing? And so, maybe that kind of gives Death Stranding 2 some bit of an edge. I don't know. Um, Luke, do you think Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 has any
I
chance
don't think
here? You've
so.
actually played the game, but do you actually
Um,
think?
I think its story is really good, but it's nothing like it's not nothing transformed. It's nothing like crazy. It's not new. It's kind of been done before, but it's done in like such a way that's like more realistic and it's better than like it's the best storytelling I've seen in the game, like medieval times type game. So I would
Yeah.
definitely say it's really good, but you don't play the game for the story. I feel like you play the game because like the combat,
Yeah.
the characters, and like all the experiences and everything.
Sure. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. I based on what I've heard online, Clair Obscur probably has the most going for it here, but I wouldn't be shocked to see another game win this one. I feel like, especially knowing, you know, knowing kind of the street cred that Death Stranding 2 has, with Kojima being there, I definitely feel like it might have a chance. But that being said, I want to play Clair Obscur, so I'm voting for it by
I was
default.
gonna say I
So
don't even know how Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 even made that list.
really, so what would
You
you
mean
have there
what?
instead?
Well, you know my feelings
Dispatch?
in some of these.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, that's
If
valid.
Dispatch were here, it would have won. It's like the message is very clear. It's a very happy, like it's
Yeah.
one of those games where you play it and at the end
Hello?
you're like there's like a big smile on your
Hello?
face where you're
Mhm.
where you're like very satisfied with the end. Well, 99 if you played it how you wanted to play it and
Hmm.
you're most of the time pretty satisfied with the ending.
Right. I do think it's interesting how, yeah, it feels almost like all of us here have either not really any feelings or if any negative feelings on Yote. Um, and that's kind of what I've been seeing online too. Even though I know people do like the game, it's on here for a reason. It seems like a lot of people just kind of generally think at best this game is just very similar to Ghost of Tsushima, or at worst they just think it's a far cry from that game was. So it's interesting how this, the game has fans clearly, but it doesn't seem like it's getting a lot of the praise that
Well, like
were you would think based on the nominees.
my issue with it is it's a good game, but the story is just so generic and so forgettable. Like
Yeah,
there was not a single high point that like stuck in your memory. Like in Ghost of Tsushima, the ending, like the middle parts, the beginning, all of it are so like cinematic and like not even just cinematic, so memorable and so cool. But and there's cool moments in Ghost of Yote, but you play it more just for just like the combat and the experience in the game because the story is just so generic, you know. It's like a
sure.
Yeah,
revenge
and
plot. It's been done.
in, in Ghost of Tsushima, there's like this big struggle about where are you
Yeah.
sacrificing your honor to become like what your people need you to be, things like that. And your character struggles with that, and so does your uncle, and it leads to a really cool fight. And there's like a very clear message that it's pushing, and it feels like you're even like the small gameplay details of whether you assassinate someone or something has meaning behind it because you're choosing who you play. But
Right.
Ghost of Yotei doesn't have that same feeling. It feels like it very much forces you into a route where you're just like, okay, this is the character I'm playing.
Yeah. Yeah, which is makes then, makes you wonder, how did it get so many nominations? Like, would y'all do y'all think that's the general opinion of the game, or is that would y'all say that kind of leans more to like an unpopular opinion, so to speak?
I think it's still a very beautiful game, and it does what Ghost of Tsushima did, just without the focus on the narrative and the choices. Um, so I
Yeah,
think it deserves a little bit of credit just because of like clearly the developer spent a lot of time making it as beautiful as it was and as big as it was, but I mean it kind of feels a little soulless for me. So yeah, that's just my
fair
take.
enough. I can respect that. Okay. So now best art direction for outstanding creative and or technical achievement, artistic design, and animation. So once again, I played two and a half of these games. And listen, I'll be the first to say it. I like Unreal Engine. I think it generally works. However, I don't think it's quite as impressive to look at as it used to be. So while I do like Clair Obscur, I think it looks quite good. I'm actually gonna vote for Silk Song here. I think it looks very nice. And so I would lean this game just straight up. Um, in terms of the nominees, I actually do like these. Again, I haven't played Yotai or Death Stranding 2, so I'm not going to speak too heavily on those. But from the little that I have seen, they do look nice visually, so I don't hate them being here. Again, I think Dispatch, because it's art style, I think it does have an argument to be on here. But it's not. So, yeah, I'm going to give it a Silk Song.
I would say this one's a toss up between Ghost of Yotai and Clair Obscur for me. I think Ghost of Yotai is such a beautiful game, and they put like I can't remember if it's meant to be Mount Fuji, but they put like a Mount Fuji mountain in that game, and it looks so beautiful. Like the game is just beautiful, Ghost of Yotai. But Clair
Yeah,
Obscur, I really like the art direction they went, where it's beautiful, but it's kind of like almost not real, and I really like that too. So it's kind of a toss up for me. I wouldn't know which to choose between Ghost of
sure.
Yotai or Clair Obscur.
Fair enough, Josh.
Uh, I think I'd say Clair Obscur, just because yes, the game is beautiful, and then it's also very much like it's very good at expressing the vision that they
Yeah,
have for the type of world building. Uh, like it's very surreal, I would say is probably the
I
best way to
agree.
describe the
Yeah.
world. And it's like every new area is like a wow factor moment. And like
Mm,
even going back to certain areas, you're like, oh wow, like yeah, like this because they're so vastly different from each other.
yeah,
And they all look amazing. And so I think
I do
that
agree.
takes the the lead in that one.
Right. No, I can definitely appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, yeah, like going to the Flying Waters area for the first time, like I was very impressed with what I was looking at. Like that area looks
Mm.
very nice. So that area alone honestly makes me at least like have to like really consider. But I think Silk Song looks very nice. So I'm giving it the edge there. Luke, what would you lean here?
Man, you don't even gotta ask. It's gotta be Clair Obscur. There's
Sure.
like you could count on your fingers how many French kind of like French aesthetic games there are, and
Yeah.
it did it so well. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, Clarence it is a very strong second for me, like 1000%. And I even now, I mean, I'm definitely like still like I'm waning a little bit, but I think I will stay with Silksong. I think Silksong was very good. Some of the areas in the game look very nice. So yeah, Hades
Yeah,
2
all
is
these
not
are
bad
good
either.
picks. I
Yeah,
would
I
not
agree.
be upset with any of these picks.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. Yeah, I guess even I didn't really mention Hades 2 very much, but from the little bit I have played of that game, it also looks very nice. So I wouldn't even I gotta give that some credit as well. So then, quickly, what do we think is going to actually win? I assume we all think Claire Obscur will win this category.
Hmm.
I think, yeah, just Clair Obscur because of its popularity.
Yeah.
Maybe Ghost. Nah, probably.
I actually, once again, that if Claire Obscur doesn't win, I actually think Death Stranding 2 would be the most likely. Out behind that, personally, I think Death Stranding 2 will get a lot of votes from the people who just love
It's
Kojima.
it's
Because
better than Ghost of Yote for sure. Like
yeah,
the everything like with like
Clair
visuals and
Obscur?
everything. No, Death Stranding is better than Ghost of Yote with visuals, like for sure.
Oh,
But I think
uh,
Clair Obscur
I
would
don't know
very
if I
easily
agree with that.
too. You never played the game, so I don't know what to tell you.
But I've seen like trailers and
Oh, well, if you've seen
gameplay
a
of it.
trailer, then that must mean you've seen the entire world. Then, of course, why not give
Do
it
I need
that?
to see the entire world to get a good basis on what it looks
Yeah,
like?
because everything's
Yeah.
so different. You'll travel like to like a different area. Like you go from Mexico to Australia, from like beaches to you know what I mean, deserts.
really?
Yes, it's crazy. Like there's mountains. There's so much in the like. It's just so pretty. You know what I
Right,
mean?
but we're talking about variety, not or you're talking about variety, not art.
That is, bro. You gotta look at it, man. You'll see it, and then you'll see some like crazy cool looking thing in the game. Like there's portals and there's like coral growing because like the water like imagine ocean, but you take out the ocean, it's just like the land. You know what I mean? And you get to see what everything's like underwater. It just looks
What?
really cool.
So a desert.
No, because there's still coral. there's still fish and like they're still swimming. It's like it's just like the ocean, but it's hard to explain. Like if you could if the water wasn't there, I don't know. That's the
Is
best way I
that
can
why it's
explain.
called? Is that why it's called On the Beach? Because there's still
No,
water.
no, but it's so good.
Interesting. Okay, fair enough. Well, yeah, but yeah. Either way, Kojima, especially Jeff Keighley and all that, like Kojima Productions always gets kind of a lot of benefit of the doubt, and so I feel like for that reason alone, it's got a good chance. But that's just me. Um, all right, now best score in music. This is gonna be the first one where I have a little bit of harsh words. Um, now to be clear, I think all these are good options, and I don't think I would take any of them out necessarily. But we know that some categories have six options. This one only has five, and there is a game that I feel like is definitely missing from here that should be on here, and that's Mario Kart World. Mario Kart World has a
Oh no.
fantastic soundtrack. You can trash the gameplay
Wah,
all you want,
wah.
and I don't even disagree with it. Mario Kart World's soundtrack, though, is easily a top three for me, and I am shocked it's not at least a nominee. I can't believe that. The number of remixes and even just brand new songs the game has are amazing. Like that game's soundtrack has to be near 1,000 songs. Like it's so vast and it's all really good music. And it traces the whole history of the series. And I just can't believe it's on here. I was shocked by that. So that would be my one complaint with this category. For me,
It says
music
that Mario
definitely would
Kart
lean.
World has over 200 songs, so
Oh, well, either way, it has a ton of great music though. Like regardless of the number, like
mhm.
a ton of great music that should be recognized, I feel. Like,
But like, can we trust a liar?
okay. So yeah, I'm disappointed it wasn't here to be honest with you. I thought for sure it would be. So yeah, that being said, I'm going with Clair Obscura. I think it's got some great music. Pretty much it's got like what, like eight battle themes, and they're all great. Um, the Flying Waters battle theme, like I mentioned before, that song is amazing. When I heard that song the first time, I like my jaw like hit the floor. I was like, whoa. It was a really good song. So yeah, I'm giving it Clair Obscura here for sure. But so again, Silk Song, I think that's a great argument for me. I like that song a lot. Other songs in that game a lot too. So yeah.
I agree.
I
I
disagree.
concur.
I
Whoa.
think I think
Oh my goodness.
Death Stranding squeaks it out on this one.
Okay.
I think the songs were just better. Um, like the Clear Obscura had some better songs than like a couple of Death Stranding, but I think Death Stranding's highs on their songs were better than the highs on the Clear Obscura song. Like the best Death Stranding song is better than the best Clear Obscura song. And then the final boss fight, that song was crazy. Like absolutely, like oh my gosh, I had to stand up, dude. It was getting crazy. I couldn't. And like I was getting real into it.
You're locked in.
Yeah, it was really good. But yeah, that was a really hard one to choose between.
Interesting. Okay.
Hmm.
Um, is there going to be any yokai defense on this one, or
No.
fair enough? Josh, what would
It
you
made
have
its
here?
category.
Uh, I mean, I think the music in Obscure, while it's also really good, it also feels like it has a lot more like emotion behind it,
Yeah,
and I think it it's just the best.
fair enough. Does anyone have any other like games they feel like could be on here, or do you think
Dispatch.
these are like the perfect five?
Dispatch songs are pretty cool, man.
Dispatch. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
songs are
but only had one or two, but they were really good.
they're pretty funny. I like the words that were going on in
Mm.
Yeah. I also feel like Donkey Kong Bonanza would have an argument to be on here too, but I can understand why that's
there.
not
Okay.
necessarily agreed upon. I don't think that game like I don't think its music is like revolutionary, but I quite enjoyed it. I thought it was good, so I don't know.
Mm.
All right. Audio design. Um I've only played one of these, so I'm defaulting to Clair Obscur again. Um, but from what I know, I think all these games have pretty good music and sound design, so I wouldn't have a problem with any of these, I wouldn't think. But what do y'all think on this one?
I think Death Stranding actually like takes a dump on Clear Obscure on this one.
Really
Yeah, like the scores they're really really even, but sound design I think Death Stranding's got it in the bag.
interesting.
How so?
Like for one example, you go to like this area, and it's like there's a this festival that happens in it's like a Latino festival, a Latin. So I don't remember what it was, but they had like all these colorful things. They all made like different sounds, like these pinwheels that had sparklers, and then at the same time there was like bombs going off, and at the same time there were sparklers, fireworks, bombs. There were people like laughing, people like running. It was just like there's just so many moments where I'm like, what? Like this is crazy, and it was so well like
What does that have
curated.
to do with sound design?
That is sound design.
What? You
What do you think
described a
sound design
scene.
is?
What do you mean,
I,
Isaac?
I think sound design is like
That's
the
like the
sounds of the
sound.
game.
That is the
Yeah, like
sounds of
is
the
it like
game.
how well this sounds like footprints and thing like or not footprints, footsteps, like how well you can hear that
That's
or
what
like the
I'm saying.
ruffle of
And like they
leaves.
all sounded like so like they would coalesce so well because you think yeah like you hear a bomb and it would block out everything else, but the way like everything slowly comes back in, and then just like big things would happen. It's like hard to get into without spoilers, but things would happen and then like just the sounds would slowly start to reel back in, and there'd be just so many. It was just the audio, they did so many next gen features on it that like the audio, the controls, everything was so like felt so fluid.
Hmm.
Interesting. I cannot comment, but I'll take y'all's word for it. But um yeah, I'm trying to think of what I've seen online. Like what do I think would actually win this? Based
Yeah,
on
I have no clue for this category. I have not played. I feel like sound design. I feel like that is one where you really have to just play the game because you
yeah,
won't know otherwise. And
I
so
agree.
I've
Yeah,
I've only played one of these games all the way,
right.
and so I just have
Yeah.
zero clue.
Yeah. So I think based on that, honestly, I would probably just assume people are gonna vote for either Clair Obscur or Death Stranding 2 here because they're the two most popular games on here, I feel like. And so I feel they'll probably get just the most kind of like, oh, I like that game vote, you know? So um but I don't know. I mean I feel like based on what I know about all these I know they're all popular games, so I think there's a world where any of them could win. So I don't know. Um But yeah, Silent Hill F is a game I need to play. So I know that game's really good, and yet I've not played it.
Yeah,
So
I put a little bit of research into it, and I think we're sleeping on it a lot. I think
yeah,
it's definitely we're just because we don't have never heard of it. It's definitely
right.
going under the radar, but I feel like it does deserve probably
Some
I've
credit.
some
watched
good
all the
commentary.
gameplay. Like it's cool, and the story is really good. But at the end, they just kind of slips through their fingers, and it
Mm,
just kind of like fall. I wouldn't. It kind of falls apart at the end. I feel like you
really?
know. Yeah, it just kind of gets really weird, and it's like okay, well,
Well, that's just Silent Hill.
yeah. I mean, I guess it's not just like it's just that there's like stretching it. Like okay, that's a big stretch. Like you know what I mean? Like that doesn't really
Sure.
make sense. But if you say that's what happened, that's what happened. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. Fair enough. And then, does anyone have any opinions on Battlefield 6 at all for this? I've never
No.
touched that game in any capacity. So
I played the
No.
access. It's fine. It's just
yeah,
fine.
fair enough. Okay.
Nope.
Best performance. Okay, now this one, first six category or six nominee category. Um, and obviously, I've only played one game that's actually on here. However, I do have I would say a fair opinion of Troy Baker in this sense. So I'm going really between four people here. Um, I actually think for this, first of all, I think this is a good list here. I don't really mind any of this. Um, I think I would give my vote, honestly. I would give it to Charlie Cox. I think he did a great job as Gustav. Um, and even though people think that Ben Starr should be on here, obviously he probably has more dialogue in the game. Um,
Finstar is on here.
well, yeah, no, I'm saying it's like people like, he should win rather. Um,
Oh,
even though I think people probably would argue for him, and I think he does a great job. Um, I think. I was more consistently impressed with how Charlie Cox performed. And so I think for that reason, I would lean toward him. There's a cutscene toward the beginning of the game I always think back on. Right? I believe it's the first conversation you have with Lune when you go to camp. And it's about Gustav wanting to go back home and take Mael. And I remember the line where he says, F the mission, I'm going home, all that. And it's a very powerful scene. It's early on in the game. I remember being very impressed with that scene. Um, so I would link Gustav for that reason alone, in Charlie Cox.
Yes.
For me
Um,
personally, I love Troy Baker, but yeah, Charlie Cox gets this one for sure.
yeah. Yeah,
Like
Troy Baker deserves a lot of credit. Like he sounds we like it's almost kind of scary how similar he sounds to Harrison Ford. Like he did a great job.
his
Um,
in Death Stranding, I wish it showed him like when he like his character for Death Stranding was an option for this because
yeah,
he didn't have a lot of lines, but when he did have lines, it like stuck with you. Like it was like holy, like I'd like take a second. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
that was nuts. But yeah, Charlie Cox gets it.
Finstar
yeah.
was Verso, right?
Correct.
I would put him. He would be my vote.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean obviously Jennifer English also think deserves some credit as well as Mayel. I didn't think it was as strong as like when she was Shadowheart or something, but like I think it was still a good job. And I think if she hadn't been running against other people from the same game that just happened to do a better job, I think she would
Just,
be a
I think they just
great.
had more lines, like more emotional lines. I feel like
Right. I agree. Yeah. But she did a great job too.
Yeah,
So,
Carson likes his men.
oh yeah, you already know.
Oh.
Josh, uh,
Hmm?
what do you like here? Are you going
I mean,
Troy
yeah,
Baker
I mean, yeah,
or
I mean, yeah, I think overall it still goes to Gustav.
yeah,
Um, yeah, but Troy Baker, yeah, yeah, he just sounds really good
yeah,
as Indian that. And
I
so,
agree. Yeah, I didn't even play Indiana Jones. I was impressed by that, so I
mhm,
definitely would give him some credit for sure.
mhm.
All right, innovation and accessibility. Um, so I haven't played any of these, so I don't really have a strong
Oh,
opinion.
some new games, finally.
Yeah, it is at least new options, so that's at least nice, but I have not played any of them. So I don't really have a strong opinion on any of these. I think if I had to give a vote for one, I'd probably lean either Assassin's Creed or maybe South of Midnight. I've heard very good things on those two games.
really
Yeah, but I mean, take that with a grain of salt, though. I haven't played any of them,
Yeah,
so
I mean,
yeah,
I mean, I've played Assassin's Creed Shadows. I don't know how it like does anything for accessibility.
yeah.
I feel like it's just an Assassin's Creed game, you
Let's
know?
read it. Okay. Recognizing software or hardware that pushes the medium forward by adding features, technology, and content to help games be played and enjoyed by an even wider audience. Yeah, I'm not really sure exactly. Like, does that mean like is that
Like,
more of like a code? Is that code for like woke, or is that code for
nah.
like
So what
no,
I think Doom: The
it's
Dark Ages takes this like easily. They had so many accessibility features for like if you're colorblind, it changes all these different things. And then if you have to use like a different remote because I don't know, maybe you have like a broken arm or you don't even have an arm. Or, you know, some people play it in different ways. Like you only have
yeah,
like some type
I
of
don't know if that's
problem.
what this
no,
column's
That's
about.
that's
no,
what
it
it's
is.
about.
It's
I thought it was more
accessibility.
about like trying to grab a bigger audience, as in
No,
like woke.
like
No,
fan, because I think all these
no,
games
that's
come from a
not.
series, right? Unless I'm wrong about Adamfall, but
some falls not a series.
I thought it
And
was more like
South of
trying to
Midnight
scoop
isn't a series either.
more fans from other
No, that's not what
just
it's
diverse
about.
places.
Yeah,
No,
accessibility is just
Wait, read it one
about
more
like
time.
the actual accessibility features of a game.
Yeah.
yeah.
So it says recognizing software and or hardware that is pushing the medium forward by adding features, technology, and content to help games be played and enjoyed by an even wider audience.
hmm So
So
I
that
think
the
it'd
thing
be
is, I think that could be, I mean, I think y'all are probably right.
I
But
know I'm right.
yeah,
I
we know,
think
I
it
know
could,
it's
Yeah, I
I
know
think
I'm
it
right.
also could be interpreted as like it feels more I don't want to use like political terms. I'm trying to avoid doing that. But like I think it's one of those things where it's like I would like does anyone know how South of Midnight fits into kind of like the accessibility part of this?
I don't know. I
Yeah.
haven't played it.
Maybe it's in like a
Okay.
different language. Like there's like a Creole language or
Oh,
something.
I
I
don't
don't
know.
know.
So I was gonna
It could
say,
it
I
could be the amount of
base.
languages, the different type of things that make you maybe make button presses easier.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Things that just have different accessibility, like Luke said, with like colorblind features. Um, or with things that like it basically comes down to like how um easy you can change like the button presses. Like I will say in like in Assassin's Creed Shadows, it's probably on there because you can change every single control like every button press, you can make it something entirely different on the controller. So that's probably why that's on there because like there are special controllers and uh and maybe it doesn't like super correspond to an Xbox controller or whatever. Um, but like you can then say like, oh, I want jump to be like you press like whatever the A button would be like, and then you would press whatever button you want on your like third party or whatever controller to be. So that's what it means by in terms of accessibility, because someone who maybe has like motor functions can uh
Right.
like play with something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, fair enough. I just wonder maybe there's like some percentage of it that has to do with like
No,
being inclusive because I think don't all of these games feature people of color as the main character? Or am I tripping?
no.
No, Doom isn't. Adamfall isn't
Oh,
there.
Yeah.
okay, fair enough then.
What an interesting
Car-
category.
Carson over here
I
trying
agree.
to get political when it's
I'm
not
just trying to
even.
understand the category means.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't
All
really
right, that being
understand this
said,
category, why this is like one of the big categories.
yeah, I don't know either. And I'm waiting till the midnight because I freaking think of that game, but I
Uh,
mean, I don't know.
okay.
I'm very weakly voting for it. Um, all right, games for impact. Oh, so that's okay. This is what I thought the last one was. There you go.
Yeah,
Um,
this is what you.
okay, so I don't know. Again, never played any of these.
It just means that it
So
has a bigger social message.
I've
yeah,
played none.
so I guess I'm going Southern that again, but I don't have a strong opinion on any of these. So
Hmm.
yeah.
I have
Does anyone
never
have
heard any of these games. I've never even heard of
really
them.
never heard of any of them?
I've heard of some,
Never even heard of them.
but
That's crazy. Yeah, I've heard of
I
Wander Stop. Yeah.
I saw the trailer for South of Midnight, but I never heard anything about it, so I don't know if it's good or bad.
Yeah. Interesting. Well, yeah, I don't really have a strong opinion, so I'm just going with this again.
I
But
don't care about
yeah,
the political message in the game, Loki. That's
Well,
not
it's
why I
not
play games.
political message,
Or what is it? What was it?
like a social message.
Oh yeah, I don't care about social messages.
Okay,
yeah,
well,
thought-provoking game with pro social meaning or
Like I think
message.
in the term like because social message, I don't know. It depends.
Yeah. All right.
like,
Best ongoing game. So I've only actually, well, technically I've played four of these. Well, technically I played all five, if you really want to get down to it. But I've only played, I think, two of them in the last calendar year. Um, so for that reason, I would actually lean Helldivers 2. The game's really fun, and I
That's a
do
really hot take.
enjoy. Yeah, I mean, listen, I actually say I really like at least three of these games. But I have not played No Man's Sky since it quote unquote became good. I haven't played in 6 or 7 years. Fortnite, I couldn't care less about. Um, I did play FF14. I did like it a lot. I haven't played it in forever. And then yeah, and then the other two I played a few times in the last year or so, but not very many. Um, so I by default I always go to Helldivers 2. I don't play this game a ton, but I do like it a lot. I do appreciate the way they kind of kept this game alive over the last year or so. And for that reason, I would just give it my vote. But ultimately,
I'd say No Man's
again,
Sky kills this.
yeah,
yeah, I
I
mean,
think so too.
I
Because
think
they've
Yeah,
objectively,
changed
I
it.
think
yes.
Fortnite
They've
is really
changed it.
popular.
So shut up. Well, because No Man's Sky has added like innovative update after innovative update. Um, and like it's they've because they've gone way beyond the promise of the initial uh E3 trailers and stuff of the game. Like they made it even better. Um, like like they could have stopped doing the updates like years ago, and the game would have been good. Like would have been at the
Right.
point of where of like what they promised the game to be, but they just kept making it better and better and better. Uh, like they listened to the community of like things that they'd want to see in the game. It's a lot of like adding new content and like a lot of quality of life updates within the game. Uh, they do everything from changing, like making things visually look better as well.
Yeah.
And they haven't said that like that they're gonna stop or anything. And so I think it takes the cake by a long shot. Especially because it's like, especially compared to something like Fortnite, where like they have like a fraction of the budget, like a teeny tiny, tiny budget compared to that. Uh, like Marvel Rivals, like whatever, it's Overwatch, the same,
I
whatever,
mean,
stick
a
with
lot of
that.
people like it though.
Well, they need to play a real game. Helldivers 2, I would say
Bruh.
is probably second with that, just because I think that fostered a really big community. When like with like shooters, uh, like there was like I'd say we're kind of at an era where like multiplayer shooters are kind of like at a low.
Yeah.
Um, like just look at Black Ops 7.
Yeah. Like no one cared when it came
Yeah,
out.
and like Black Ops and like not Black Ops 6.
Battlefield.
Battlefield 6, where it's just like very whatever. But like
Right.
Helldivers 2, like it was like on like social media and stuff for like a while. And then I mean
Yeah.
Final Fantasy 14, it's kind of like whatever. But so that's why I say No Man's Sky, I think by far is with that. But I
Yeah.
will say Wizard 101 should be on here.
Bruh.
I disagree.
Luke, what do you think? Do you agree with that statement?
I
That's
really
a
like
biased
Wizard
source.
101, but they're really slow with like adding more improvements. I feel like No Man's Sky is quicker with it.
Yeah. Yeah, and to make my stance clear, like I definitely think generally, yes, No Man's Sky probably will win this category. I'm just my vote for Helldivers 2 is more so based on my personal experience than it is like by the general consensus, I feel like. Um but yeah, No Man's Sky definitely has been very impressive with not only adding the content and making it as, interesting as it is, but the way in which they came back from being a basically a disaster when it came out, and to now look at it now and see how great the game looks and how much content there is. It's a very impressive feat, and I definitely am happy it was able to rebound from that that just
Sounds
awful
sounds
start
like
it
you
had.
sounds like you should change your vote.
It sounds like I'm not going to, because I haven't played it in like 7 years.
Well, that's your fault.
Cry about it. Um, all right. So yeah. Any other opinions on these? Is there another, so other than Wizard 101, is there another game that we think maybe could be on here that isn't, or
I
sounds
don't
like
have very
no?
strong opinions of these games, but
Yeah.
just because
I mean, I don't either.
I don't like games that go on for very long. I like a short, quick narrative. I don't got a lot of time, and if I did, I wouldn't
Sure.
spend it playing the same games over and over. But I do know Fortnite and Marvel Rivals are like incredibly popular, and
Uh-huh.
I agree with y'all's opinions of No Man's Sky. I heard like playing it when it first came out and then playing it is now is like a completely different
Yeah.
experience.
Yeah.
Night and
But
day.
But I
I
just
also will say that like games like these are very important though for the type for part of the gaming community who either don't like to or can't spend a lot of money
Right.
on video games because uh they are expensive, and like if you've like besides like the free ones like Fortnite and like Marvel Rivals, like if you've bought all these games that are on these lists, like yeah, that's like a grand.
Right.
And so I think that's where Fortnite and Marvel Rivals could see like an edge to it, is because it's free.
Right. And they've
Uh,
been around for so long with such huge fan
yeah,
bases. Yeah.
and so like if you find the replayability of those games like enough to where like yeah, like you don't need to spend any money on video games because they've kept the content so fresh, then
Mhm.
yes. But I mean, that's what I could I could see as a thing for Fortnite.
Right. And to close this out, I will say I get why it's not on here. But one game that is on a category that's similar to this one that I probably would at least consider if it was here is Baldur's Gate 3. Because the updates the game has gotten over the last year or so have been really cool. I know obviously we'll see it later on under I think best community
Hmm.
support, and also that's been a big part of the game's kind of like post-launch hype has been the mod support. But it has gotten official updates as well. I think are really cool. So I kind of wish it was on here, but I get why it's not. Um, so yeah.
Hmm. Next.
All right. And here it is right here. Community support. So I'm instantly going Baldur's Gate 3. It's really the only game I've played in any meaningful capacity the last year. I do really love the mod support and all the other stuff they've added. Um, so I would
Yeah.
give this vote pretty easily.
I think yeah. Like it just
What's
has
the
good mod.
category? What is it?
Best
The
community
category?
support. So recognizing a game for outstanding community support, transparency, and responsiveness, inclusive social media activity, and game updates slash patches.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
I yeah. I think Baldur's Gate 3 that has my vote, but I could see Fortnite easily winning it though, just because
Yeah,
they like Fortnite has now changed into a thing of where like they have like the creator program,
right.
where it's basically like Roblox now, and like they can literally make whatever, and so
Yeah,
I do think Fortnite has a strong
yeah,
chance of winning here.
yeah. My prediction, yeah, if I'm predicting who was actually gonna win, I'm predicting probably Fortnite. But I think BG3's got a good chance though. I don't think it'll be like out of the running by any means. Luke,
it's I said Baldur's Gate 3 for sure.
no.
My
Okay, yeah,
favorite here.
fair enough. All
Mod
right.
support crazy.
I agree. All right, best indie game. So here I think we're gonna have some interesting discussion. Because there's a
Oh
kind of an
boy.
interesting variety of games here. Um, so I'll be the first to say it. I have played three of these, and I want to play Blueprints as well. Um, but this is actually I think the one of the harder ones for me to decide even though I do like Clair Obscur a lot, I do feel like well, let me put it this way. I feel bad for the rest of these games because Clair Obscur is gonna run away with this one, we probably assume.
Yeah, how are you
But
gonna put Clair Obscur against these like
yeah,
games?
That's not
ex
fair.
exactly. Yeah, and it's like based on what I know, Blueprints is generally popular, even if Josh argues the contrary. Um
Yeah, I think the game's kind of ass.
And from what I've played of Hades 2, I like that game a lot. And Absalom has been a quiet surprise. I don't think that people are gonna
Bro,
give
it's
credit to.
so slept on. It's so
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. So for that reason, this is an interesting category for me. I almost kind of want to vote either Hades 2 or Absalom just to give them some, credit. But I mean, objectively, yes, Claire Obscure is gonna probably
Yeah.
roll this category. So yeah.
Hmm.
Josh, you voting for Blueprints?
No, I mean, I'm just gonna say Clair Obscur, you know.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Isaac, would you give Absalom any would you consider Absalom at all, or are you just going straight up?
I mean, I like Absalom, but like, how are you gonna put Absalom versus Clair Obscur like for
Yeah,
any of these games? Where is it like it's just no contest. Like
I agree.
the amount of effort and everything that went to Clair Obscur versus like the rest of these games is just no contest.
Right. Yeah. Luke, same for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Yeah. So I feel bad for the other games. It's like those are some good games from what I understand, but what are you gonna do? All right, best debut indie game. So I'm gonna be
What
curious to
does
see what the
debut indie game mean?
so I
Their
believe
first, it's the
yeah,
studio's
it's
first game.
yeah, Studio's first game. So
Oh
I'll be
boy,
curious
this
to see
is a
where people
tough
lean
That's
one.
on this
that's
one.
a
Yeah.
hard one.
Yeah, so
This is a tough one.
I know y'all are gonna be split here. I have not finished Dispatch yet, so I can't in good conscience vote for it right now. Obviously, I could come back in a few days and reconsider. But for now, I'm just gonna go for Clair Obscur. I think especially for the first game,
I think
very
Dispatch.
impressive. So yeah.
Hmm.
Dispatch for you?
Yeah, Dispatch was
Dispatch
so
for
so.
me.
Yeah.
Very,
Yeah,
very
Clair
well
Obscur, if
done.
you vote for Blueprints, like, Like, there's something wrong with you.
And I think
Six,
Dispatch
seven.
should take it.
So we're split down the middle on this one. Does anyone have anything to say about this game? Despolot? Is that how you say
Bro,
that?
get that off my screen, bro. That's not
I
that's I
don't
don't know.
That's
No
what
one
I'm
knows who this is.
saying.
yeah, I don't know what that game
There are
is,
two
but
contenders here.
no respect for
This
blueprints.
Blueprints is the story is really, really good, but it takes a long time to figure it out.
Yeah. All right, fair enough. What do you think's actually gonna win though? Do we think Dispatch has a chance of actually winning the category overall?
no.
Yeah, I think it
I
does.
think it has a chance of winning just because this looks like it's the only one it's actually been nominated for. But I
Yeah,
don't know. Clear Obscure is really popular, but I don't know.
fair enough. Okay. I will be curious to see the results of this one for sure.
Mhm.
Me too.
All right, best mobile game. I've never
Uma
really played any of these.
Musume, Pretty
Yeah,
Derby,
yeah. Josh loves his horse games, so
What is this? Best what games?
this is
mobile.
best mobile game. The best
Oh
game
no.
playable on mobile
Bro,
device.
it's the most important question. You
I
already
know.
know.
I just might stay on this one. I'm voting Sonic Rumble. It's the one I've actually like played in any capacity, but don't really care about any of these, so whatever. Do we have anything?
Yeah.
Does anyone have anything passionate or important to say about this?
Nah.
I mean, I would say out of all these games, definitely Uma Musume is the one that actually like became popular like through social media and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like you're not seeing any of these other ones. Like Twitch streamers didn't play any of these other ones really. Like
Uh-huh.
YouTubers and Twitch streamers played a lot of Uma Musume, and it had a
Right.
lot more of a following. And so I know that it's going to win. Um,
Mm.
and like it was just a fun game. Like if it was just regular horses, like it would still be fun. Uh, but I mean, and then it's like
But anime
anime.
horses.
Yeah. But I mean, but it's just like it's just a fun game. It's very well built. It's a quite easy to understand game. I say with lots of time, and it's like it's easy to control and all that stuff. I'll say lots of times with mobile games, they like try to pack too much into like a mobile game, and like the tutorials on them are like horrible,
Yeah.
and like but this game it was very easy to get into it and understand it. And yeah, and I think it just works well with mobile.
Fair enough. All right. Next up, best VR and AR. I have not played any of these, and I don't really care about any of them.
I've heard the Alien
So
game is really good, so
I
I play
actually, yeah,
VR.
yeah, I have heard some of the Alien game, and if I did have a VR, I would play that, but I do not. So,
I actually heard the Deadpool one was all right. I haven't played any of these, but
mm. Yeah, I think I've also heard a little bit about Midnight Walk, but not enough to give a strong opinion. So, yeah. All right, so I'm just voting for this and calling it. Okay. Best action game. Um, so again, I only played one of these, being Hades 2. I have not played a ton of it though, but I would give a small nod to Ninja Gaiden 4. I've heard a lot of pauses on that game. I do love Ninja Gaiden quite a lot. But I've not actually played it, so I'm going to go with Hades 2. Does anyone have any strong opinions on any of these?
haven't played any of them, but I mean, I know that Doom is like it's really good and it's like the same type of like action rhythm to like the previous Doom games,
Yeah,
Doom games, and so I mean it's on my list,
right.
you know.
Isaac.
I'm not playing any of these.
Fair enough. All right, moving on. Action adventure. Um, so this one's interesting as well because even though I do love Silksong quite a lot, I do also acknowledge that purely from an action slash adventure perspective, that there are other games that definitely have a good chance here. Um,
Hmm.
I think I probably would lean Silksong just 'cause I like that game so much. But I mean, from what I know, Indiana Jones is definitely a popular game. I did enjoy Split Fiction purely from an action adventure sense, even if I think the game does have some other shortcomings. Um, so this is an interesting one for me. Obviously, Death Stranding 2 is here, so that one's going to be, I'm sure, in contention as well. Um, but I would lean Silk Song. What do we think will win this category?
I kind of like I don't know. It's so hard.
Yeah,
I don't think Death Stranding is going to win this category. It's just not really. It wasn't the game wasn't really about action and adventure. I
yeah,
think it's between Indiana Jones and Ghost of Yotei for me, but I think Indiana Jones squeaks it out because
yeah,
I watched the entire game and it was very well made.
yeah,
I mean, I would say Indiana Jones or Split Fiction because Indiana Jones, like that kind of it's kind of the embodiment, I think, of an adventure of
yeah,
that game. Um, I think it kind of perfectly entails going from like point A to point B of solving the mystery and and that archaeology type of theming. And then Split Fiction, I mean, it's like very constant action and like the actual stories of like the actual world building and going through the adventure like in their minds is really good. I would say overall though, Indiana Jones is like that one's like a bit more of a cohesive, singular adventure. And I think it's probably more well put together. So I would probably put Indiana Jones.
yeah. Isaac,
I like Indiana Jones.
yeah. Yeah, I
I
think
like
I think if I had to place like a dollar on like a bet for this one, I probably would go Indiana Jones. But I think almost any of these have a decent chance. Like, I don't think there's a game I'm like, there's no way the game's gonna win. Like, I think they all could, which is interesting.
Mhm.
But yeah, yeah, I don't have really a super like strong opinion on any of these games from an action or adventure perspective. I enjoyed the ones I played, Silk Song and Split Fiction. Indiana Jones from I've seen looks also to be pretty good as well. So yeah, I think this is a good nominee list for sure. Best RPG. Um, I always want to say right away, only played Clair Obscur, so I'm going for that. But
And it's just
Might as
good.
well.
Yeah.
yeah. Isaac and Luthor, y'all played Monster Hunter Wilds. Still think that game is any
I
chance
like
here?
Monster Hunter Wild,
I
but
really
as an
liked it.
RPG
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I mean, I would
role-playing game,
say like I haven't played Kingdom Come 2, but I would say that in terms of like a role-playing game, I feel like Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, just from like what I know about the game, kind of that and like Outer Worlds 2 and Avowed have more of the vibe of like you create your characters and you make them what you want them to be. I would say with Clair Obscur, it's more narrative driven in
Yeah,
terms of like your characters are already made. They all have their own backstory and stuff. The only things you really change is like your weapons and like their abilities. So I would say if you really take into consideration with the role playing of like you're fully in control of your characters, its abilities, its story. I don't think Clay Obscure is the top choice for that. I think all the other ones have a lot more of Monster Hunter Wilds. You fully make your character, and that's the same for Avowed and Outer Worlds too. You fully choose your abilities, your classes, whatever. Kingdom Come 2, you do have a main character, but I would say you probably have you have a lot more freedom than like Clear Obscure in terms of like side stuff you could be doing and like I guess like your involvement in the world.
yeah,
So while you know, because if you go based off of like, oh, what of these five games is the best game? Yeah, Clay Obscure.
yeah,
But I would say in terms of best RPG, I would probably say, mm, I mean, I've played a little bit of Avowed. Um, I mean, I would just say really any of these is like pretty good.
Right. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you definitely you raise a good point. I think the only thing I would maybe push back on is I think the addictive nature that is a turn-based formula that Clair Obscur has going for it will sway most people, even if they haven't beaten the game or even if they take the same approach as you. I think because I mean, like, listen, like as someone, I generally do like RPGs, but I will be the first to tell you, I have the last. I mean, as I'm sure you all know, I've talked about it before. Um, I generally have been someone who has kind of leaned off RPGs the last few years. I've gotten tired of them. But this, Clair Obscur found a way to really hook me back in. Like that combat is very addictive, very fun. Um, and I think even if the pure numbers part of it maybe doesn't hold up as well, I think it still has enough going for it purely from a turn-based perspective to where people will still give it a lot of credit. And so for that reason, I think it will probably still get a lot of nods. Um, so yeah, that's just me though.
I heard of Valstone.
Yeah. Now I was gonna ask Josh, like, you have any strong opinions on Avowed or Outer Worlds 2? I know Outer Worlds 2 in particular is pretty new. Um,
I haven't had time to start it yet, but um, I mean, it is like, for just from what I've seen though, there is a lot of abilities that you can like choose from, and uh, like through how you kind of play the game, you like unlock different abilities
yeah.
that kind of add to the immersion. And then so I could see that being pretty good in terms of like people voting for it.
Yeah.
But I mean, I would say honestly, like all of them, I think are better, have better RPG elements of actual role playing than Clair Obscur.
hmm Luke.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd probably say Clear Obscure or Kingdom Come. Probably Clear Obscure, I guess.
Yeah. So to go back to I wanted to circle back to this. So do y'all Isaac and Luke do y'all think that Monster Hunter has like any chance here or
Nah,
No. Although I
fair
really like
enough?
it.
yeah,
Yeah. Would y'all vote for it?
nah.
No.
Fair enough. All right, best fighting game. I don't think I've played any of these. Yeah. I do know what games are in the Capcom Fighting Collection 2, and I do like some of those games, so I probably would lean that one, but I never actually played any of them officially, so
No
um
Tekken, bro. What are we doing?
was that this year?
No,
No.
Oh, well then yeah, of course it's not Tekken
Hmm.
then. All right.
Yeah.
Any other opinions on any of these, or we just move
No,
on?
I don't know.
Fair enough. Best family game, aka best Nintendo game, is what I call this category.
pretty much.
Even though there's only two on
Hmm.
here this year. Um, so this category is always weird because they always put games that are not multiplayer on here, which is like, how is it then a family game? Doesn't make any sense to me. Like, I love DK, but it's not a family game. Um, so I actually would lean Sonic Cross Worlds here. Not enough people play this game, unfortunately, because this game unfortunately got just completely buried in what has been a very
DK is a
strong year for
family
kart
game
racers. What now? How?
It's
because
a
it's like
it's
family
a
friendly.
well, family
I
friendly,
mean,
but I think with family games it's like more about like, yes, it's for like everyone to like all ages to enjoy, but also you can enjoy it together with other people, like multiplayer. But more so like
sure.
it's good to play like in person with people.
Yeah, I mean the only perspective I could see is like I know obviously a lot of like parents like when they're looking to like buy a game for like their young child, like I feel like DK Bonanza is one of those games where like they could like almost like watch them play and like teach them how to play the game. In that regard, I can see how that would make sense. But I just still feel like like in the context of like family, like overall, I feel like I imagine like three or four like members of a family sitting on a couch playing a game together, right? That's more what I imagine. And so I feel like in that context, it doesn't make sense to have a single player game, but I can understand why it's there, I guess. Um, but yeah, I would give the Sonic Racing Cross Worlds. Like that game just got buried by other car racers like Mario Kart and what was the other one that came out that was big? Um, I'm forgetting now, but there's another one. Um, and so not a lot of people play this game, unfortunately, but I think this game's actually really good. I actually think this is the best car racer that came out this year. So I would give it to Sonic Racing Cross Worlds, but
Mm.
I don't know. Other than Split Fiction, any of y'all played any of these?
Yeah,
I played Donkey Kong World and World Kart.
I played Lego Party for free. It's like Mario Party, but it's like all Lego. And I like you can customize your characters and everything with all like a
Yeah,
bunch of
I
Lego
have
set.
heard it is really fun.
Yeah, I thought
yeah,
that one was really good. I'd vote that the best one for here.
And I will say that like for both Voyagers is kind of the same thing as Split Fiction. I mean, except it's all on like one screen, like you don't have like two separate screens.
yeah,
But both Voyagers and Split Fiction, only one person needs to buy the game.
yeah,
And then the other person, even if you're, like not there in person, just needs to download like the friend version, um, and you both get to play it. So I would say those two games are really about inclusivity of playing it with, like they make it really easy to play it with someone else. And
right.
so I think that really adds to it.
I see. Yeah, actually, yes. I will admit, I didn't really know much about either of these Lego games until I heard about it from the people. But yeah, I mean, there's good people say. I definitely was surprised that they had some push. Um, but yeah, I think yeah, purely from a family perspective, I feel like Sonic is your best experience. Mario Kart World's not bad either, though. I definitely wouldn't hate that. Also, Split Fiction is, I think a good game in the genre. I definitely enjoy those games.
I
So I
say,
wouldn't mind that either.
but I would do, I think, Lego Party because I've seen a
Yeah,
bunch of people play it. I've seen gameplay of stuff. Um, and it's just kind of like a fun, like an actual good Mario Party alternative.
sure. Fair enough. Okay. Anything else on this one?
Nope.
No.
All right. Next, we have best sim or strategy. So I have not officially played any of these. FF Tactics is definitely one that's on my radar. I've not played it yet. So I will probably lean FF Tactics because I really haven't heard much about
Mm.
any of the rest of these. I think I've heard a little about Two Point Museum, but that's about it. Um,
Hmm.
Wait,
so
what's the
yeah.
category?
I've
Best sim or
best
strategy. So
sim.
best game focused on
Ooh.
real-time or turn-based stimulation or strategy gameplay, irrespective of platform.
Hmm. I mean, I would say like this is a really broad category because I would
Yeah.
say Final Fantasy Tactics is like a completely different game from like Two Point Museum.
Yeah, for
Like
sure.
one's like an RPG, like fantasy, like it is also action and like adventure, and then Two Point Museum is just about like an only it's only a sim game in terms
Yeah.
of like you just build like a museum and like have it built or whatever. I would say the altars. I've played a little bit of the altars. Altars is also more like story, um, like has like an actual story to it. And it's like a big part of it. I don't know about Tempest Rising. I mean, Civ 7, I would say that's probably like the ultimate like actual sim and strategy game on here,
Yeah.
'cause that's about like like politics within the game and like creating your civilization, whatever that. So I would just say, I mean, I have heard it's not the best Civ, um, but I think that is like the actual only like true sim game on here.
Yeah. Yeah, I won't argue with that. Luke or Isaac, any analysis on this?
Nah, I heard Final Fantasy Tactics was pretty good, but I don't know if
Yeah,
I'd put it as the
Yeah,
best like sim in this.
yeah,
yeah.
Yeah, I think
So
the
what?
ultimate one would be
Yeah,
Civilization 7.
yeah. But I
yeah.
mean, but the
So
reviews are mixed though for Civ 7, so it's kind of like, well,
sure,
Yeah, it doesn't seem to be very liked by the fan base.
right. So do we think that game's gonna win the category or?
Yeah,
I have no idea.
Yeah. Yeah,
I
I
mean,
don't know
I
either.
would say I think I would like to see Two Point Museum win because I've played the
Yeah,
other 2 Point games and like they're really fun. Like they definitely are like very sim. Uh, like I would say it's like the closest to something like a Sims-ish type of
right.
game. Except like you're not focused on a family, you're focused on like
A museum.
your museum or whatever.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah, because I played Two Point Campus. I did enjoy that game.
yeah, I
So
played Campus and Hospital.
yeah.
Um, and yeah, and like on Steam, has a 95% for Two Point Museum.
Wow.
Obviously, people really really like it, and so
Yeah.
like I think I voted for 2 Point Museum.
Yeah.
And so I would just put that.
Fair enough. All right, best sports and racing. Again, I'm going to Sonic here, but I think Mario Kart World also has a good chance.
I know Mario
Those
Kart
early
World's
ones
gonna
I
really
played.
win.
What now?
I know Mario Kart World's gonna win.
Yeah, I probably will. Yeah. Um, I
Okay,
haven't
next.
played the other ones yet, so yeah.
Yeah, next. Nothing important to say, because who was gonna say anything about the other ones?
Best multiplayer. Uh,
Oh boy, I know
so
what's going to take this one.
yeah.
I
So
want
Luke,
Peak to win it.
you want
what's
Peak to
up,
win? Okay,
Hmm.
so I'll let you go first, Luke. So I'm sure you're going to argue for Arc Raiders here. So tell
bro?
us why
Arc
Arc
Raiders wins
Raiders.
this, and it's not even close, dude. Have you seen what's been going on with it online?
Not very much. Most of my
Dude, there's like,
exposure to the game is
There's
this
a
from you.
war.
So
yeah, Isaac knows. Isaac knows, man. I was in a game
There's a
last
war.
night, and some guy he killed me and a couple of my buddies, and he's like he killed us. He sniped us from far away, came all the way over, and he was gonna let us die, but he saw what clothes we were wearing, and we were in the same faction. So not only did he
For the
revive us,
bunglers.
yeah, yeah, the bungulators, man. He revived us and took us, like, escorted us to the extraction point, man. It was so funny. Bro, it was so good, man. It's
Like
the game's really good.
how I've like heard that the game's really good, but I still don't exactly know like the type of game it is. Is it like an MMO? Like or
No,
is it
it's
like a
just an extraction shooter.
oh it's a
Uh,
oh okay.
yeah, like Tarkov. It's pretty much the
Okay.
same thing, but it's so fun, dude. Every time I go in a game, something crazy happens every time.
fair
Okay.
enough. Um, so John, you said Peak. So was is that who you voted for here?
Yeah. Because I've a lot of like friends with PCs have been playing it and they really love it.
Yeah.
This game also I've seen a ton of YouTubers and streamers play it. And it's just like from what I've seen, like a really just genuinely fun time of like it like I would say it's kind of a perfect example of like a fun video game and like what gaming is all about of like just having a fun time with friends.
Yeah.
And I think Peak is the peak of that.
Good fall.
Anyways, yeah.
Isaac?
I think mine is probably Arc Raiders on this one. I've seen gameplay of it and it looks super fun. It's really funny. And
Yeah.
yeah, I guess it depends what kind of multiplayer you're talking about, but I would say Arc Raiders.
Okay. I will go with Split Fiction. Even though I'm not necessarily going to argue it's not the objectively the best game on here. It's the one I played, so I will give that one a nod. So then I'll ask you next, who do we think actually will pull this one out? Because Split Fiction is interesting
I
because
th
that I think is
I
the
think
only
Split
one.
Fiction.
Yeah, Split Fiction I think is the only one that I think has. Well, I don't want to say
Split
the only
Fiction was
one.
not pulling this. Arc Raiders gets this all day.
Really, see
It's
the
yes.
Split Fiction is the one that like. of all of these, Split Fiction is by far the one that has gotten the most people upset that was not on the Game of the Year list.
Yeah.
And so I
And
feel
I
like
and I
people are
also
going
think
to,
and like a lot less people like to play extraction shooters
No, man, you'd be
than like
surprised.
narrative
Split
games.
Fiction, I wasn't a big fan of. I played the entire game. Bro, I got so bored with Carson. Like me and him were dying at the end of it.
Well,
And
I think that's like your fault for playing with Carson.
no, man, it was the
what?
gameplay and
This
like
is
the two
me.
characters I
Nah,
could not care less about.
nah, that was I had a great time playing it with our friend Joe. I had a great time playing with him.
Yeah.
I think that was your mistake.
I mean, I'll say the same thing about the game I said in a previous video, which is I like those games. I like It Takes Two. I like The Way Out. I like Split Fiction. But I feel like once you play one of them, you've played them all. I don't think the gameplay is that radically
Wrong.
different to the
Eh,
point where I feel fulfilled.
eh.
Especially when you consider the fact that most of those games have very shallow and not interesting stories, in my opinion.
Hey guys, watch this. You've played
Um,
one Sonic game, you've played them all.
that is simply not true.
Oh,
But
see, yeah.
Y'all
I
never
mean,
will
Run
understand
right,
the
hit
masterpiece that is
enemies.
Sonical 6.
no.
But the
Yeah,
one on the
see,
GameCube or PS3 was fire.
so you're watching this video and you heard that statement from Carson, and he's like, no, you haven't played all the Sonic games, but it's like, okay, yeah, so the opinion doesn't matter on this. Next,
Well, for one, there's like
nope, next.
30 Sonic games. And there's like what, five? It's like split fiction type games. So I don't really get your point, but
So
whatever.
next. Hmm.
All right. Best adaptation, Sonic 3, the movie not being on here is laughable in my opinion. The Until Dawn movie is awful.
Bro, Until
Um,
Dawn all day.
no, the movie was garbage.
I'm kidding, of course.
A Minecraft
Uh,
Yeah,
movie was actually pretty
so
just
good.
vote the Minecraft movie and
yeah,
just skip.
I'm
Just
Well, I've heard
unironically
Devil May
giving the
Cry is
Minecraft
really
movie.
good.
I never
Not, are
saw
you
it.
kidding me? I heard it was garbage. Like absolutely
Really?
terrible. Yes.
Mm.
From a
Uh,
lot of people and online. I was looking at it because I thought it was looked okay. I thought I might watch it, and I saw some more people talking about it. They said it was terrible.
Interesting. Did anyone else watch The Last of Us 2, season 2?
Nah, man, that's
Ain't nobody watching that.
yeah,
The Devil
Okay.
May Cry has a, it has a 96 on Rotten Tomatoes, but a 66 for the uh user review.
yeah. I
I
can't
mean,
remember
those
what the
review
main
scores
gripe
mean
was.
nothing.
There's like a big main gripe that like there's a huge problem with it. That was like it was so bad that people just didn't want to watch it anymore. But I can't remember what the gripe was.
Yeah.
Maybe it has to do something with lore that like critics didn't know about, but fans do, and maybe that's why it has such a big
Yeah.
Maybe.
difference.
So I'll just say, yeah, I didn't hate The Last of Us season 2 as much as other people did, but I mean, in general, I was never a huge fan of that story, so I know it wasn't my favorite thing ever. I actually look at the Minecraft movie, even though it's a very goofy and stupid kind of movie. I thought it was quite enjoyable. I do think it does a good enough job of conveying like the Minecraft like kind of like universe and community. So I would go Minecraft. Um, so what would you, is everyone voting Minecraft here? Like, what would you actually vote for?
Yeah, Minecraft. The first hour was like peak.
Fair enough. All right.
Mhm.
Next, I think I should anticipate a game. Okay, so I'm
Next,
assuming.
GTA
oh,
6 next.
yeah, it's gonna be GTA 6, man.
Yeah,
Okay, but who are
like
y'all
come on.
voting for though? Are y'all actually voting for
Obviously,
that?
GTA
What is
Yeah,
6.
this?
GTA 6. Yeah.
Let's anticipate a game.
Oh,
GTA 6. Like
I
if
think
you
if you put Dragon Quest 7 Reimagined on there, that would be my vote.
Okay,
Yeah,
so Grand Theft Auto 6.
yeah. So that would GTA 6 would not be my vote, but yes,
Meh, meh,
it
meh,
will
meh.
probably win. Um, I'm trying to think what I would actually vote for. I haven't really decided yet. I guess I would probably go. I would probably either go either 007 or Resident Evil for me. I'm excited for those two, and I like the Resident Evil series a lot, obviously. I'll go 007 for now, but I definitely might change that. I don't know.
Kind of cringe.
Yeah, GTA 6 will probably beat it. I mean, yeah, everyone's obviously super excited for that. All
Yeah.
right, content creator of the year. Um,
Just do Moist.
bro, Josh,
Wait,
what's your rush, big guy?
I think the burnt peanut man.
I mean, he's funny, yeah.
Burn
Wait,
Tree is
I
pretty
don't,
wait,
funny.
scroll down.
I don't think Sagel.
Oh,
No,
is there
that's it.
more?
Oh, that's
No,
it.
no. Uh, I mean, yeah. I mean, Sagel. I never really heard of him. I mean, I could see Sakura Miko getting a lot of votes just because, like, a lot of
Bro, I've never heard of her.
Neither have I.
she's a VTuber with Hololive. And I think she's like one of the the most popular like VTubers in the world. And so I've only seen like clips of her streams and stuff. I've never actually like watched a stream or so I don't know what like she's done differently, I guess. But I don't know. But I would say, I mean, Moist, he's also like in Dispatch, so it's like
Yeah. Yeah, based on
so
my personal preference, yeah, most people definitely has my vote. I only really know two of these guys, and not that I dislike High Snap. I've never really understood the hype around him, to be honest with you. I don't like. I watch clips of
Is
him.
he,
Begathon?
but he's not funny and entertaining himself. It's only the people he surrounds himself with that are fun and entertaining. So,
Fair enough. Okay. I mean, I won't
I
argue
wish
that. I
Speed
don't
was
really
on
know
here. Speed
who.
went through. Speed went
Speed.
around the
Yeah.
entire world,
yeah,
and
Yeah.
actually, yeah,
he's not on
honestly,
here.
I think Speed probably deserved to be on here because he
Sure.
did a lot of worldwide IRL
Cool
streaming.
stuff.
So it's
Yeah.
kind of he's not on there, but yeah,
All
just a
right.
moist.
Fair enough. Yeah, I'm one moist. He's really the one that like, I actually like really know. So yeah. All right. Do we need to talk about any of these, or kind of just like kind of gun through these like esport ones?
I've just heard the most about League of Legends and like people playing that
Yeah.
recently. So
Yeah, I played
Yeah.
League of Legends for a bit the last couple of months. It's been pretty fun. I like the game.
All right. I'll vote for
yeah,
that then. Whatever. All right. Esports team, I think is next, right? Oh, athlete. Okay. I don't
yeah.
know. I really don't know any people, so
These people are not
I
athletes.
did Shovi
Yeah, I don't
because
know
it
what
was
you're talking
League
about.
and I was like
Chovy.
League. Yeah.
All
Is
right.
Faker
Whatever.
on here? Oh no, Faker's
No,
No,
on
figure's
figures
here.
not.
not. Okay. Esports team. Don't
Yeah.
care.
I don't know. I just did the League
Whatever.
of Legends one
All right. Whatever. Fine.
because I was like, I don't care League of Legends. Yeah.
All right. And now we have this stuff. Okay, so I'll go back to game of the year now. All right. So, game of the year, recognizing a game that delivers the absolute best experience across all creative and technical fields. Clair Obscur, Death Stranding 2, DK Bonanza, Hades 2, Silk Song, and Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. So let's all go one at a time. We will state what our game of the year pick is going to be and who thinks going to win. I'll let Josh go first.
I think it's going to be Claire Obscure's Expedition 33.
Is that your vote? Or who are you voting for?
Oh, yeah, that's my vote.
Okay.
I mean, it just has like overall like a great blend of the music, the storytelling narrative, the voice acting, the dialogue, the um creativity in uh the story itself and the environment. Um like it's not like what is it called? Uh ex anyways, it does a lot of environmental storytelling. It's like has great mechanics. It's great
I
gameplay.
want to know what Isaac thinks.
All right, Isaac.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, there's a lot of interesting choices here.
Yeah,
I
I think there's
think
two
Oh, and
choices that
also, quick
stand out to
disclaimer.
me.
Quick disclaimer real fast, by the way. I wanted to mention this before. So obviously we're doing a video on here in about a month where we go through the game of a half year. And obviously most of the games on here came out during this second half of the year. Um, so I don't want to speak for everyone here, but I believe all of us, or at least most of us, have not actually decided our game of the half year yet. Um, so while this might, not spoil that video, it will give insight as to what we're all each thinking for a game and a half here. So I want to mention that first. Isaac, go ahead.
You might need to scroll
yeah,
down, person.
Oh, sorry.
y-
Yeah,
yeah, we have
there
a
you
lot
go.
of
Yeah, that's good.
interesting choices, I think.
Scroll down a little bit more. Scroll down a little bit more.
I think some are rated more highly than others in other people's eyes, but
Yeah, me too.
my personal, who I think is gonna, well, who I want to win and my choice is
Yeah.
probably Kingdom Come Deliverance 2.
That's what I
Nobody
like.
doesn't like Kingdom Come Deliverance
Why?
2.
This
I'm
guy's
glad he finally
trolling so
came
hard.
around.
The realism and the realism I can get, you know, get crazy in that game and it just does it like no
I give a
other.
round of applause for him being able to finally admit to himself that it's a better game. I think that's pretty big.
Wait, Isaac, are you trolling? What's
No, bro,
happening?
he's serious. He's dead serious. He knows it's right.
Wait, actually?
Yes. Why you mean actually?
I didn't know I was even played this game.
I showed him. He watched me play a little bit of it. So
And I'd have to say
And
it's more,
yeah,
so watching him play a little of the game was something to convince you his game of the year.
yeah.
Wow. All
yeah, it's
right.
just that great.
I know, right? I'm telling you, you gotta hop on it, man. It's too good.
Maybe I will.
If you should,
Do you need to have played the first game to like
yeah.
understand the plot? Oh.
Plot. It's big plot game. I'm glad we wrapped that up. I
All
think
right.
the best game of the year is going to be Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. I think it's the best because, like, Clear Obscure is a really, really, really good game. But I just think Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 has more to offer. It's just, it's good in majority of the ways that Clear Obscure is good.
Bro, what is
But
happening?
no, no, don't look at that. But it's good in ways that Clear Obscure is good. But it just has so much more content to it. It's so much bigger and fatter and juicier. Like I've played it for I have over like 100 hours in it, easy. And I'm still
Yeah.
going, and it's so fun.
Okay, so that's your vote and your prediction?
Yeah, so we got two
Two for
Deliverance.
Claire Obscure, or sorry, two for yeah. Two for King of Deliverance 2, and then one for Claire Obscure, yes?
Yep.
Okay. So I'll start by saying, so without spoiling too much, three of the games on here are probably going to be my top three for game of the half year. Um, and I like all three of them a lot. Um, I I have not officially decided what game of the year actually is, but
Okay.
I think for the sake of this, I think I will vote Donkey Kong because I think that game will
Are you
probably get the
serious?
least. Yeah, I think that game
Ain't
will
no
not
way.
get.
All
I
right,
don't know if the
I
game's gonna
gotta
go credit
go.
wise.
I think this guy's
Well, we've
I
decided
think we
Kingdom
gotta
Come
I think we
Deliverance
all
2
gotta
best
go,
All
game.
right,
guys.
real quickly, is there
I think
any
we
game that
all
got
I'm
robbed
robbed
here?
here.
Is there a game that should be on here that isn't?
Wizard
Dispatch.
101.
Dispatch.
Bruh. Dispatch, yeah.
Dispatch would win this.
Yeah,
Um,
luckily.
as for my prediction for who will actually win, I think it'll be between. I think it's a two-game race, and I think it's Clair Obscure, and if it's not Clair
And Donkey
Obscure,
Kong.
yes. No, actually, and I know people are not going to agree with this, but this is I'm living
Yeah, you're gonna
reality
say
here,
Death Stranding
guys.
2. Yeah, yeah. Wrap it up.
Death Stranding 2 is going to win this if it's not Clair Obscure. It's going to be Death Stranding 2.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
but I mean, we don't. But like, your opinion doesn't matter.
Okay, Josh. Why am I inviting one of these
Oh,
things again?
okay, Josh.
Yeah,
You're
this is
Donkey
the same
Kong.
guy.
You're
No, Josh is
Donkey
the
Kong.
same guy who just said Wizard 101 is the best game, so I don't know why we're listening to you.
Well, that's
Yeah.
kind of a joke, but I mean, like, no, it's not the best game, but like,
It's a pretty good game.
Donkey Kong over the other stuff. It's like what?
Cry about it.
You didn't
I
even
mean,
vote
for
it
what?
like best family game.
Because it's not a family game.
This guy.
Anyway,
This guy.
all right. So,
What are you
any
gonna do
final
with this off
thoughts
here?
on
You,
game of the
what's your
year?
final thought?
What's my final thought?
Yeah, Mr. Host.
I think overall, I think this is a pretty good year for games, and I think these are all generally good nominees. And I actually overall, I don't think I'll be really upset if any of these win. Obviously, if Death Stranding 2 wins, it'll be a little bit like a face palm, like, honestly, like not that it's a bad game, but like if it does win, I think that honestly is a sign that like Jeff Keighley needs to like take a step back, like actually, because he
He's
has
gonna.
way
Needs
too
to
much of a
take. He
hand in
needs
this
to
shit.
take his mouth off of Kojima's penis.
No, literally. I mean, it's just like I every year he has to come on and say, "Oh, I don't actually vote for these things. Like I don't control it." But like he clearly has some hand in it. And if you don't believe that, you're a moron. So like, you know, it just I don't know. It's gotten a little bit old at this point, but
Hmm.
we'll see. I don't know. But yeah, I'm excited to see the Game Awards. And hopefully, I think this was a good year for games. Um, so yeah. All right. Anything else, or are we done?
No,
I've said my piece.
I think that covers it.
All right. Then thank you all for watching. We will be
Good.
back in a few weeks' time to do our Game of the Half Year video.
All
But
right.
for now, hope you all enjoyed the Game Awards, and we'll catch y'all, I guess, later.
All
Bye bye.
right.